Welcome back to the cabin, everyone. It is a gorgeous fall day. I'm seriously overdressed. It's about 20 degrees right now, and here we are, almost mid-November. Very unusual. So today I'm at the cabin, got a few little chores to do, but you've caught me right at lunchtime, so we're going to make an awesome grilled cheese sandwich and garlic cauliflower soup. So I'm going to get that started because I'm really hungry. And the project that I'll be working on is this little bench here. It's a steel bench from Princess Auto. So it's going to go down by the waterfront. So kind of where, just like a nice little place to kind of look out on the water. So I don't have those yucky plastic chairs that always rot out. Let's look at the thermometer here. If you don't believe me, look at that. It's actually 22 here. That's insane. You know, global warming, I tell you, it's a little bit frightening that it's this warm right now. You know, it's impacting a lot of different things. So anyways, let's get started with lunch. So I got some garlic, cauliflower, and carrot soup here. It looks really good. Nice and hearty. Well, I don't want to make it too hot today. Here's our gorgeous bread for the grilled cheese sandwiches. So I'm going to cut this up, put a little bit of butter on it, and do some cheese. Oh, and I've got roasted red pepper slices I might stick in there. Looks pretty good. Right now I just put a little bit of butter on the other side here. And just going to put a little bit of cheese in there. So by now I love cheese. Turn this down a little bit. And then I've just cut up a little bit of roasted red peppers. Just going to stick them on there. That looks really good. Soup's already warm, so just put it over there. And then we're going to put the other piece of bread on top. Yummy. Just kind of smush it down and flip it around. It's done. So we're done. Yummy. Look at that. Delicious. Well, doesn't that look delicious? Grilled cheese with roasted red pepper and that beautiful garlic, cauliflower, carrot soup with the cilantro on top. Oh yeah. Let's give it a try. That's good. You know what's missing though? Sriracha. That would make my day to have that. Ooh, this soup is amazing. Awesome, not too hot. I just kind of made it kind of lukewarm because way too hot today for hot soup, but delicious. Well, I'm gonna have my lunch and then maybe we'll explore the woods or something. Well, that was lickety-split to put together. So here's the park bench from Princess Auto. I think it's awesome. Look at it, like, beautiful. It's steel. It's coated, so it's not going to rust or anything. And you can put, you know, whatever cushions that you want on there. It's only 35 pounds, I think. And super comfortable. So, yeah, 2 thumbs up from me. Just got to take it down by the waterfront. All right, had to switch out into the t-shirt. Let's go check out the trail camera here. Hopefully it's still on. I don't know. I haven't checked the batteries in a bit. It's on. Well, dead battery. So maybe what I'll do is I'll take the SD card and we'll look at this later and see what we've got. Gonna be on the lookout for any remaining fall mushrooms. I usually get autumn oyster mushrooms around now, but don't know if we'll have any. I also get a bit of elm oyster on some rock maples there, so yeah, we'll see what we find. I don't know. It's a little bit late in the season though. And I forgot if I give you the update in the mushroom farm. Really not getting any mushrooms that I put in there, so I think next year I'm going to start over again. Part of the reason I think it failed is that the spawn got lost in the mail, and it was sitting around for quite some time. So when I put it in, it was almost like overgrown on the wood plugs, and so every time you smash them in, they kind of squeeze out from around it. So I'm going to have to start fresh and hopefully don't get lost in the mail again. One good thing about having those tornadoes go through here is that there's lots of fresh wood to drill into next year. This aspen here would actually be a really good one, the way it is right now, to drill into for oyster mushrooms. That'd be really awesome, actually. That'd be a lot of real estate there to put in my plugs. That's why we're on leash right now. He's trying to track something that way. No, thank you. So, yeah, I just can't risk him going somewhere he shouldn't. I feel bad. This is kind of annoying for him to be on leash in here, but gotta be safe this time of year. My eyes and ears open for deer. I remember one November here I was at the cabin and it's a bunch of deer just clacking their teeth and stuff like that in the woods. It was a really eerie experience, hearing all the unusual noises around me. I was like, where are they? I couldn't see them, but you could definitely hear like was like a misty day, there's a bit of snow on the ground, and you could hear like teeth clacking, and just, you know, they're in the rut right now, so they were all over. So there's lots of deer around here. We've had the odd you know, moose come through, although the moose I haven't gotten the cameras now for a couple of years, so I'm a bit worried. And then elk. The odd time I've had one herd of elk come through here, which is really neat. Really neat to catch that on the camera. I haven't caught them on the camera in a long time either. So I think they were just kind of passing through. But yeah, a lot of cloven hoofed critters around, especially on these corridors and these trails that I've made. It's easy moving for them, especially given what's going on with the, you know, the forester. You can see it's just really damaged there from the tornadoes, so it's easier for them to walk through on these trails that have been tamed over the years. Well, so far no autumn oyster, but definitely some witch's butter. So that's an edible. It's really pretty all over this log. He just alerted that there was a grouse beside us, and true their name, heart attack bird, just shot up into the air. So he's a good little bird dog, as well as tracking for deer. That little corduroy road I made stood up the test of time, and it's been looking pretty good and settling in there since springtime. It's kind of over a swampy area, so I always would get a soaker if I walk through there, but looks like it's holding up, so not bad. Don't see any additional work that needs to be done on the trails, so that's awesome. But look at this, some of these logs I put up for this little road, little crossing in the spring, have sprouted lots of mushrooms. We'll take a look at all the fungus that's on this log right here. This is violet-toothed polypore. Not edible, but beautiful nonetheless. And you can see underneath it, see how nice and purple it gets in those little tiny pores at the bottom, and it's pure white on top. So, neato. It's pretty windy today. Cool front's going to come in over the next few days, so that explains it, but enjoy it while it lasts. Oh my gosh, there's otters. Oh man, 2 otters. Let's go see. Oh, let's take a look at the otters. Oh man, we just startled them. There we go. Look at it right there. It's an entire otter family. Look at the noises that they're making. They're ticked off. 1, 2, 3, 4. That is so cool. They were literally sitting on the dock that I'm sitting on right now. I knew they were here. There's always a lot of poop and stuff here. But yeah, the otters like raise their family here. How crazy is that? I've never ever caught them down here though, only on trail cameras. So I guess we snuck up on them. They were probably relaxing, eating a little bit of stuff, and now they're like ticked off. They really swum across the bay. There they are right there. In the winter you can see otter slides. There's the old beaver feed pile. A weird noise, eh? Like a purring, snorting thing. They're mad, for sure. I saw the dog, and the dog ran. Just got my arm ripped off on the leash here. Oh yeah, look, there's like a poop right behind me. Yeah, that's their mess. Well, that is cool. What an experience. You never know what you're going to see here at the cabin. What an awesome, awesome experience. I don't think I freaked them out. They'll come back, but I think they were really startled that Royce and I kind of came upon them. I thought they'd hear his bell first, but I literally looked down by the dock and their heads were just all on the dock. They're all just sitting here looking out, so surprise! And I'm literally wondering why my butt is wet right now, and it's because they were swimming and sat on this dock, so I'm actually sitting in like otter body juice. I initially came down here thinking I was going to see like a bunch of like waterfowl and stuff. I mean, water levels are super high. Little did I know I was going to run into the otter family. So that was a family probably that was raised here this spring. So neat. Well, I must say otters are one of my favorite mammals. They can be mean little suckers, though. You got to be really careful. I'm kind of glad they got away from Royce before he got down to the dock. I mean, he's pretty slow, but anyways. Yeah, and sometimes, you know, they eat beavers and stuff, but on the really cold winters, sometimes they can kind of snuggle up with the beavers in their lodges there. It's kind of weird, the relationship they have. But anyway, I'm kind of crazy. I want to sit here and wait and see if they come back, but I highly doubt they will. Not until tomorrow, probably, or later in the day. But what a great experience. I was so glad to be down here to show that to you guys. I'm sorry I didn't miss the first part. Really clear view. The Otter just popped its head up and like looked straight at me, and I thought, oh my gosh, but I don't think I turned my camera on fast enough. So anyway, I'm pretty happy to record that noise though for you. That was really, really interesting noise. This is an otter latrine. It's really smelly. It's full of shells and stuff like that. Dog's super interested. That's what it looks like. In the winter, you'll see sort of slides in the snow and stuff. They like to slide down and into like plunge holes and stuff like that. So cool. Now I'm back here in the cedar swamp, completely different environment. So beautiful and peaceful in here. This is really good shelter for deer yarding up, you know, in the winter. Cedars are all creaking in the wind. You know, nature's snake rail fence. I did not make that. That's just some cedars that fell down. Super quiet in here. Find I have more wildlife encounters here, you know, when it's sort of flank season and everything's just kind of slowing down and not a lot of people around. It's me in the woods. And so sometimes you'll get little chance encounters with the critters, sort of, you know, as you approach dusk. And it's getting a little bit later on in the afternoon right now. So every now and then you hear something rustling in the woods. You're like, oh, something's in there. So, oh, it's just so beautiful. So otherworldly. Some of these cedars in here are quite old, actually, in the cedar swamp area. So a forester, when we did the MIF-TIP program, says do not cut this down. This is really hard to regenerate. So here she stands forever. And here we are. We have some deer prints in here, right there. On through here. There's a really old balsam poplar in here. I don't think it's alive anymore, but this bark is amazing. I used to have this attached to the cabin in the front. This kind of bark, I love it. The coyote trail right there. And sure enough, they poop on logs, but you know where their paths are, and they kind of go straight through there. I know there's like a pack that used to hang out up in here. Make lots of trails. Used to get them on the camera going straight ahead through some of that maple. Little tiny maples there growing. It's kind of spooky in here, actually. It's so deadly quiet in here, except for the wind and the creaking trees and the cedar swamp. It's like, ooh, I don't know, Blair Witch Project. Ooh. I know in here there is a tree that has enoki mushrooms on them somewhere. I don't have my GPS with me, so it's somewhere in this region. But wild enoki mushrooms are awesome. In the store, they're pure white. In the wild, they're kind of like a brownish with like a little, a black stem at the bottom of a white spore print. So they're pretty neat to find. Got a few trees in the cabin property here that do have them. One of them's in here, but oh gosh, I couldn't tell you where. It's not a softwood, it's a hardwood, but I don't know. Next time, bring the GPS to find, like I usually mark it off on there so I know where to find things, but not today, so oh well, I just have to keep my eyes peeled. He's on the track of something. Something was just through here when he's getting this kind of excited. No, stay here. Got him in scenting school right now, so he has to find things by a scent, and I find this has really activated his need to find things. Oh yeah, something went through here for sure, like minutes ago, when he's excited like that. So yeah, with the scenting class, we have to find stuff in boxes, and eventually he'll graduate to room search and car searches, so that's really neat. I mean, he can already do room searches at home for certain objects, so that's really cool. So I'm spinning around, he's just going crazy here. But I think it's a great way to engage a dog's mind, and something we can do over the winter time when things are, you know, snowy outside. We can go and track things indoors. Well, I'm overheated now, so I'm going to have a little bit of a tang at the cabin. I don't know why I got back into that after, you know, many, many years of being away from this from a kid, but it's really good when you're really overheated. And that was quite the adventure we had in the woods. Awesome stuff. Learning a bit more about the river otters. Pretty interesting little creatures, super social, and they have family groups. The males don't rejoin the family until the young are about 6 months old. And look at that, they mature at 2 years old, but they actually aren't successful breeders, so they're 6 or 7. So that's pretty significant. And their average litter size is between 1 and 4. So it's definitely a family group that I saw there. And this is kind of, you know, what they eat: invertebrates, beetles, bugs, crayfish, amphibians. They actually can eat muskrats, voles, shrews, and beavers. So look at that, eh? They are reported predators of the beaver, but they're not quite sure if they could actually kill an adult one. But they might prefer fish instead. So very interesting, and they're very widely distributed in North America. So if you watch my show and you're from North America, chances are you have, you know, the ability to see one. And there's different subspecies across Canada, as indicated by those numbers there. Clouds are really starting to roll in. We're supposed to get some rain tonight. But it'll be a really nice day again tomorrow, so it'll be a nice day here. Can't believe it, there's still dandelions out, and look at that little insect on there. That's pretty crazy. So to show you, the pollinators are still out there doing their thing. They must get cool at night and slow down and then resurrect in the morning. Just an example here of a skunk den at the cabin, just dug straight into the sandy loam and just the side of a little tiny hill here. There's lots of little trails leading in and out of this den. Beautiful sunset tonight. So doing the dog's final walk, enjoying a pumpkin ale by Highballer. They're a brewery out of Vaughan, Ontario. So there you go. Cheers. Very good. So it looks like the clouds cleared out a little bit, which is nice. But tomorrow it's going to be high of 16. So I can't complain really. Hopefully this wind dies down a little bit, although it's been a warm wind, which is amazing. But everything's pretty quiet around here. All the leaves are down. Explored the little skunk den later this afternoon. Didn't see anything. So yeah, after the otter excitement, I have not seen many more wildlife sightings. Although I've heard kinglets and chickadees and like the odd goose flying over. But even then, the migratory birds have kind of quieted down. Don't hear a lot of geese around here anymore. So I think they are really committed to heading down south despite how warm it's getting. So I know it's going to rain tomorrow because if you look at that cloud formation in the center there, right there, that tells you the weather's going to change in the next 12 to 24 hours. So we are going to get rain. So you don't have to worry about watching the forecast. So I want to show you this tree. This is an evergreen. This is a larch tamarack, and it is an evergreen tree that actually has deciduous leaves. They fall off for the winter. So it's pretty unique. Really beautiful when you see all these yellows dotting the little hills and mountains and stuff like that. There's just a few smattered throughout the field here, but they're a really, really special tree. They're very nice. And I want to show you my little poplar buds here. So this is where my poplar buds have. The buds are looking great, very resinous, but I'm not going to harvest them now. I usually harvest them in the spring. So looks like it's going to be a very productive year for my spruce buds, for making salve and stuff like that. Lots of little buds on there. So, but we'll let this tree rest for the winter. All right, after the walk, I'm going to make some dinner. So I've got, on the pepper and garlic theme, I've got roasted red pepper, just regular red pepper, and hot pepper from a friend's garden, as well as mushroom and carrot in there. Myself, I forgot to bring my elk meat today, but that's okay. We can go veg tonight. I've got some noodles as well, some rotini, and just your regular President's Choice roasted garlic pasta sauce. So just put a little bit of sauce in there. Not a huge sauce person, so I like my veggies kind of crunchy, so we're just gonna leave that on there for a minimal amount of time, just to kind of soften everything slightly, and then we'll enjoy our noodles. Well, I think my dinner looks pretty amazing considering. Nice and fresh. I eat really well here at the cabin. There's a really weird noise coming from over there at the cabin. It's like wow, wow, wow. I have no idea what it was. The animals are starting to move in the bush. The sun's starting to set. So we have some pretty interesting noises tonight. Yeah, I really don't want to know what that was. It was the creepiest thing I just heard in the woods. Shouldn't be any people over there, let me tell you. There's lots of crown land back there, but don't know what that is. So I'm going to stay close to the cabin. I'll keep you in the loop, but check in with you guys tomorrow.